What's going on, Born for Sports? Well, last night, Knicks fans, our season ended. The Miami Heat beat the Knicks 96-92, in a tough, hard-fought, played game between both teams. The Knicks came out and they played hard. They got out to a nice lead in the first quarter. But then the bench came in and struggled as they did the whole entire series. Gave up the lead, and it was a back and forth, hard fought game towards the end, and the Knicks just came up short. Well, basically, the Knicks did what they could. They tried to overcome a bad shooting night from the team as they struggled shooting most of the entire playoffs. Jalen Brunson, man, what can I say about this man? Just showed us that he is a true star. He is a true star. He's the best NBA player, best basketball player in New York City, and he tried to will us as he did in game 5. He tried to will us all the way and take us home, and we just came up short, 41 points. Just a dog, man. Just a dog. I have the utmost respect. He has gotten the utmost respect from me, and I would say any Knicks fan if you root for this team. We finally got a star. We finally got one now, and it's off. And we'll get to the off-season stuff in a moment. But looks like we finally got a star, and we have a piece that we can go forward with, confident that we know he'll be there and he'll be the guy that we need to go forward and win games and hopefully build a championship team. R.J. Barrett, not good last night. He shot 1 for 10. Had a good game with the free throws. He did what he could, but hey, listen, he shot bad, and you can't play that bad in an elimination game, or usually your team will lose. When you're dependent on. So, all in all, a good playoffs run for R.J. Barrett showed that he's a piece, and going forward that he could be a part of this team. And I was happy to see that his game actually elevated from regular season to the playoffs, because listen, you can say what you want. It was a bad game, no question about it, last night. But the Knicks would not be where they're at right now going into that game without R.J. Barrett. He stepped up and elevated in the playoffs. So, it is what it is. Julius Randle, I mean, what can I say? The erratic Julius Randle, as usual, puts up really good regular season numbers. I know he had an ankle problem. I understand that. But as a star, you got to elevate, man. You got to elevate, especially in big games. And he just couldn't do it the entire series. And, it'll be interesting to see what we do with him in the offseason, because there's a lot of chatter out there that there'll be some star movement with players in the offseason this summer. So we'll see. Clearly his erratic play, his, lackadaisical at times play during games and big games is not a good look for us. And, he's got to be better. And I'm sure us Knicks fans who are really frustrated with him, we appreciate him being out there most of the time. He plays usually all 82, but the erratic plays gotta stop. And, this is probably who he is. So we'll talk about it another time. But not a good game for him last night. And he needed to step up and be the guy, be an alpha type of player with Jalen and help him. And he just didn't do it. He was bad. So Knicks go home, but a proud season, I believe. I enjoyed the ride. I didn't think we were going to be here. I mean, you can't tell me a lot of people out there. There's one person I know. Shout out to my dad. Good job, Pops. You predicted this team was going to be a playoff team and a factor in the playoffs. You definitely get the smartest man in the room award. Shout out to my Pops. Love you. Good job by you. But honestly, anyone else that I know and that I've read and followed this team, I haven't seen anyone else say that they would have been a playoff team this year and even have a chance at the Eastern Conference Finals. So, this is a good stepping stone for us in the future. Knicks, I believe, have a bright future. Let's see what we do this summer. I'm sure there'll be some player movement. We got to get some shooters, no question about it. It cost us the series a lot because we had open opportunities to make plays and we just couldn't knock them down. So I would assume that would be, the focus, and also bring in another star to help out Jalen. So This will be a really interesting summer, and I'm happy that the Knicks have taken us on ride, and I enjoyed it. It was a great ride and a great season. You know, similar to the Giants, expectations were low, and we got a lot more than we thought we'd get. So, hey, good season for the Knicks. I'll see you soon. Born for Sports.